Okay. Today I'm going to talk about reality versus fantasy. And why is it important? Well, reality is what's actually happening, and fantasy is dreams that we have in our mind. And reality and fantasy can meet together, and they can both be productive and live in the same space, like yin and yang. Or, we can live solely in the world of reality, where everything is always black and white, it's only observable, and we can test it and we can evaluate it and we live through that, and you know that drives our day. Or we can live in the world of fantasy, where we're always dreaming about something, wanting something to happen. It is our preferred point of view. It's our thoughts that drive us, but it's not based upon any concrete something that we can evaluate and see and use. When you go to see a movie, you see the idealized version of love, or the idealized version of violence, or anything like that. And you can be in that space. You can get caught in there. So if I'm feeling like I want to be romantic and it's Valentine's Day and everything that goes along with Valentine's Day, love and all that, or I just got married or met someone that's awesome, completely awesome, I want to go see, those kind of movies, because that has, that it captures that in its purest form, or at least pure in the sense that in the mind of the writers, purest ideal of love. So I go there, and that can help boost the feelings that I have for this special person in my life, Or I could go to those movies and I don't have someone special in my life, and now I have these unrealistic expectations about what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to feel like, what love is supposed to feel like, and and then when I do meet someone, now my reality may not match the fantasy, and therefore my perception may be, hey, it's not right, and then again, if we're talking about violence, and I go to see a whole bunch of things that are violent now, and I want to go straight to the extreme. Horror. I personally don't go to horror movies, because I can think of some pretty horrible things to do to people, and I don't need some writer to come up with other ways that that maybe I thought of, or could think of, or could not think of, to add to that. All right. So when I see these horrible things, acts being performed on TV, then my tolerance for horrible acts goes down. I see something that's heinous, or I can do something that's heinous to someone, and it will probably roll off the back. I'll forget about it, quickly. It does not do the trauma that it's intended to do, to curb my ethics and my values, that I will not do something that's horrible to someone else. Or I will not allow someone else to do something horrible to someone else because I'm seeing all these horrible acts. The point that I'm trying to make here is the mind cannot tell the difference between reality and fantasy, okay? At the basic level, the mind cannot tell the difference between reality and fantasy. After we've already processed that action that we've seen on TV or in a movie or something like that, or when we read a book, our mind puts it through a value system and says, okay, now let me take this thing that's happened. Did that happen for real, or was it fake? Okay, and so there's an ongoing battle going on in our subconscious mind, trying to determine whether what we saw was real or it's not, or should I care about that or should I not care about it? You see, that happens as at a high level of thinking that we're doing that. Okay, let's bring it home, right? because I've already rambled on enough, I suppose. You are interacting with your kids, and you're having your kids, and you let them watch something, or let them play a video game, or something like that. It's important that you talk them through what's happening with them. Okay? We're going to assume that everything that they see in their mind is real. In their mind's eye is real. All right? So what we have to do is we have to talk to them about the events that's happening in front of them and why it's important, why it's not important, or was the decision the correct decision that was made on the screen for them? Why would they make that decision? Why is it important? What would you do if you were in that situation? So you're playing a video game and everything, and it says you're supposed to go out and kill. Okay? Well, after they've done that, you explain to them why it is that they don't need to do that in society. Why do we not go and do that kind of stuff in society? Why is Assassin's Creed not the way that we live our life? Why is Halo not the way that we live our life? Why do we not, Grand Theft Auto, go up and bust somebody upside their head and jump inside their vehicle and take it away? Why do we not do that? Those are conversations that you got to have with your kids. Because again, in the mind's eye, that action that's happening on that screen is happening. It's really happening. It's really happening. You're really actually committing those acts. All right? At the basic level. But now your mind has to think about it and process it and say, no, I'm simulating these actions. All right? So, I don't know. I think that is something